What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to talk about Dwight and The Walking Dead Season 9 and if we're going to see him in Dwight's future, because recently it's been teased that we might see Dwight in a different spin-off for The Walking Dead, which is very exciting to hear and very interesting to hear. But last time we saw Dwight, it was Season 8 finale when the all-out war wrapped up. Daryl took him to the woods, gave him some keys and said, go find your wife, and kind of banished him from that area, and we haven't seen him since then. I was hoping he would, because he went back to that house and he saw that note from Sherry and it said the infinity sign, it said honeymoon. I was hoping he would see her there, but he didn't, so we're not gonna get Dwight anytime soon. We didn't see him in the trailer, so I don't think we're gonna get him. We might get him later on in Season 9, but I don't think we're gonna get him in like the first half of Season 9 or anything like that, just because there's been no word of him filming either. And The Walking Dead are pretty, Spoiling Dead fans, they're pretty spot on when it comes to the filming. There's been no word for Dwight. So that being said, let's talk about what the Skybound said about his future. Because Skybound, if you don't know, is a company owned by Robert Kirkman and David Alpert, and they're both executive producers on the show. Now, I don't know how much Skybound knows about the original show, like how much the details they know, but I'm sure they know, a lot more than the average fan. So every week they have like a fan mailbag thing where fans ask questions about The Walking Dead and anything, Skybound in general. And then one of the questions was, are we going to see Dwight in this upcoming season? And this is what they had to say. They said, don't hold your breath on seeing Dwight anytime soon, but that doesn't mean he won't show up in another aspect of the Walking Dead universe sometime in the future. And The Walking Dead loves teasing stuff like this, and I'm getting to the point where I don't even know if they're being honest, because they love teasing characters that disappear, because there's been a lot of characters that have disappearing, like Daniel from Fear, Dwight, Sherry, Heath. Who else? Even Rick and Maggie might disappear soon because their stories are coming to an end, but they might leave it open-ended, which I'm happy about though. I don't want them to die, but I just want answers for some of these characters like Dwight, Sherry, and Heath. And I made a video on Heath yesterday, but also Scott M. Gimple at Comic-Con, he said that he's working on other spin-offs. I'm not really gonna discuss those spin-offs because at that point I'd just be guessing. I'm gonna discuss Fear though, because there's a huge possibility of Dwight coming over to Fear, and I'll talk about that in a second. But fans were also asking questions about Dwight to Scott M. Gimple, and he had an interview about Dwight, and he said he just said he's not dead, but I'm not gonna get too much into it. So Scott M. Gimple doesn't really answer stuff like that, so he just said he's not dead and he's not gonna get deep into it. So we know Dwight's not dead, which is a good thing, and I do like Dwight. Dwight is one of the first saviors that got introduced early on in Season 6. I really loved him in Season 7 and 8. I thought he was a great character. Austin Emilio as Dwight was awesome, and I'm excited for Dwight in the future. But the thing is, Dwight and Daryl can't coexist in The Walking Dead. I mean, they can theoretically, but it wouldn't work out just because of the storylines. Because, for example, in the comics, Daryl doesn't exist, but Dwight does, and he takes over the Saviors after All Out War. Now, with Dwight there, and they're kind of the same characters, with the crossbow and stuff. But obviously Daryl being a much more popular character and Norman Reedus being much more bigger in the Walking Dead universe, obviously they're going to go with Daryl over Dwight. And I think, I talked about this in a different video, I think there's a high chance of Daryl being the leader of the Saviors, because after this conflict the inner conflict between communities, if something horrible happens to Rick or something, Daryl is going to want to, respect his friend's goal and his vision of a better future of everybody working together. So I could definitely see Daryl, taking over as the Savior's leader. But so it's kind of hard to see Dwight and Daryl coexist in the universe. But I think there's a huge possibility of Dwight going over to Fear, because recently The Walking Dead has been doing this thing where they kind of tease characters leaving and stuff, but they don't actually die. And this is pretty new, because early on in The Walking Dead when they first started, if an actor wanted to leave or a character had something go bad, the first thing that came to mind is dead, they're dying. But now recently the writers have been kind of writing characters off but not killing them. Like, for example, Morgan, Lenny James said he's off The Walking Dead, everybody thought he was gonna die, but then he went to Fear The Walking Dead. Heath didn't die. Dwight, Sherry, Rick, and Maggie both have a high. Lauren Cohen has been confirmed to have an open-ended story, but Rick also is probably gonna have an open-ended story if AMC is smart. they wouldn't want to kill Rick. But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that, you know, a lot of these characters could, you know, have crossovers and stuff. Just because now that Fear got renewed for season 5, I didn't make a video on that just because we haven't seen the upcoming, you know, we haven't seen season 4B yet, so I wouldn't really have much to talk about season 5. But Fear did get renewed for a season 5, which is very exciting because, hey, more Walking Dead for us. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But now that they've kind of confirmed that the worlds are connected, at first they said these worlds aren't connected, but now since Morgan crossed over, you know, I'm expecting to see more crossovers. And I think if Dwight and Sherry both go to Fear the Walking Dead, I think that'll be awesome. Maybe even this season, maybe we see Sherry in the season 4 finale or something, and then season 5 you know, Dwight rolls around. I know it's gonna be hard to keep that a secret because of fans are really interested in like filming news, and we always see like with The Walking Dead they film a lot outdoors and stuff because it's like an outdoor show, so it's hard to keep stuff very secret. But you know, if Dwight shows up in Fear the Walking Dead with no, like, they just did it without like exposing it or anything, I think that'll be awesome because I'm a fan of Austin Emilio. I think he's great as Dwight. I haven't read anything about him like he's busy or anything like that, so I think the only reason they haven't shown Dwight is because Daryl and Dwight really can't coexist in the same universe. It's kind of hard because their stories kind of intertwine. So, you know, I'm pretty sure this is the path they're going to go down. Dwight is probably going to go into a spin-off, which is kind of a shame just because I think Dwight's an awesome character in The Walking Dead. But who knows? Maybe I could be wrong, and I might probably be wrong. This is just all speculation. You know, Dwight could return as a Whisperer or maybe even as the Commonwealth in season 10 or 11. But my best bet is that he's going to go over to Fear the Walking Dead just because Fear got renewed for season 5. I'm believing there's going to be more crossovers. But I want to know what you guys think about Dwight and all these characters that are kind of ended, like open-ended, and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below of what you guys think will happen to Dwight and all these other characters. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and if you do want more Walking Dead videos like this, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.